The moment in time, my gorgeous Virgo, the moment in time you feel such a strong, mind-blowing devotion towards a certain aspect of your life at around the 12th of November 2022, that moment something is gonna start changing within. You're gonna feel as optimistic to make the necessary step in your life like you've never ever felt before. This is very deeply connected to your spirituality, to your soul, to your spirit, and most importantly to your soul purpose. That moment in time you are gonna feel so inspired to make the necessary step, but what is even more important, that at that time you're also going to receive a message which is really gonna surprise you, and that message is gonna be connected to somebody who is very consistent in your life, who is connected to you, who is very important in your life, and who is every now and then provides you with a message regarding people in your life, or regarding like a certain people in your life, or regarding like a certain family members and things like that. So somebody quite consistent is going to give you a message at that moment in time to pay attention to, because you are going to be needed when it comes to dealing with some kind of a family problem, family issue, family matter. And even if you haven't got a family, I completely understand. This is going to be connected to the certain people in your life who are so important to you. That's the bottom line. But you're the only one who who knows what to do, who is knowledgeable, who knows what to do, and you are the only one who actually knows what is the necessary step to make at that moment in time. So whether this is to do with the family problem, family issue, you have to deal with it, my gorgeous Virgolini, because believe me or not, this is strongly connected to you, to who you are, and it's almost like, oh my God, out of the blue challenge that you need to deal before something really big actually happens. Okay, so this is something that you need to understand. You're going to need to deal with these family matters, and you're also going to, almost as like if it's like spirits, will want you, or your spiritual journey, your spiritual purpose is going to require from you to pay attention to this. So it's almost as if you're facing an absolutely mind-blowing aspect of your life that you will know at the beginning of this reading. I said it's to do with making a necessary step. You will know what to do. Okay, because the way you're gonna feel, but you are gonna have to give the more importance at this moment in time. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. You're gonna have to understand that you're gonna need to give more importance and more energy at this moment in time to the people that are so important to you, that are so close to you, to the people that mean to you so much. So you're gonna find yourself like, oh my God, do I do this or do I do that? Almost like you're gonna find yourself torn apart. Now you're gonna have to do this, my gorgeous Virgolini. You're gonna have to connect with the people who mean to you. You're gonna have to focus on people who mean to you so much, and you're just gonna have to like kind of leave this aside just for a second. The wrong thing to do would be to ignore this family problem, to ignore this important issue. And it may not be the family, but it could be people who are so close to you that over the years and over the time they became like a family. So spiritually from you, it's gonna be required to focus on that, and the rest is going to come. You can indeed ignore this family problem, but I would say no, baby, no, because if you ignore this family problem, or if you ignore this issue, and you're the only one who knows what to do, you're the only one who has the necessary knowledge, whether this is to do with the things that you have experienced on yourself, whether this is to do with your experience, or it's to do with you just being extremely wise when it comes to some kind of particular issue. You are going to be grateful for yourself that you decided to do this, okay? Trust me, because you will see by the time the end of the month happens, by the time the very end, last day of November happens, you will know exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Virgolini, because you're going to be provided with an opportunity that is completely going to surprise you. It's going to blow you away. You're not going to believe what is going to happen on the very last day of November in terms of the actual opportunity, and where you're going to see that your life is going to start heading after that moment in time. You are indeed going to become unstoppable. So this is what you need to do. You're almost like it's from your spirit is required to pay attention to those people in your life, because they are more important than absolutely everything and anything else, especially when it comes to this moment in time. You can indeed just ignore this issue, but if you ignore this issue, then you're only going to slow down your own process, and you are not going to give the birth to this particular creation that I'm talking about. And the particular birth to this particular creation that I'm talking about, you know, this is going to kind of blow up completely by the time you come to the actual May and June 2023, let alone what is actually going to be happening in your life by September 2023, because by then, my gorgeous Virgolini, your life, believe me or not, is going to be completely different. It's going to be on a completely different level. You're going to be surrounded by the people that you didn't think that you're going to be surrounded, and you're going to be like kind of, your life is going to become so much more colorful in so many different ways. What's missing in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's coming, and this is the beginning. This is the start of that particular specific progress. Not only like you are going to find this really rewarding later on, and you will see exactly what I mean, but at the same time, you know, this is going to be something very mature and responsible that you are going to do, you know, and that in itself, you know, through that situation, you're gonna understand the power of your own persistence. Okay, so this is where you're gonna realize how everything is connected. You're gonna understand the power of your own persistence, but then at the same time, you are gonna understand something new about some kind of ability that you have, especially when it comes to concluding certain tasks in your life. So it's all about you having your understanding the power of persistence, but at the same time, it's about something really important about your own capability, that it's actually going to come to the surface. This is going to be mind-blowing at this stage in your life, because at the same time, it's going to bring you a security when it comes to your finances, but also at the same time, it's just basically going to kind of prepare you to be brave through your own capacity at the time when you are really kind of going to be facing the situation at around the 21st of November, where you are going to understand that you need to make the necessary step, and you're going to feel a little bit scared because of something really unknown, but this is all going to be absolutely connected, and you will understand all this that I'm actually saying now. And also, you know, you are also going to kind of like a really kind of at around the 21st of November, where you need to understand that you are going to be facing the part of your life where you will know that you need to make this necessary step, but it has got a lot to do with unknown, you know, entering an unknown stage, entering an unknown area, and this in itself also means that you're going to have to come out of your comfort zone as much as you possibly can in order to make the most of it. And sometimes that's not easy. We get really scared purely because, you know, like if we don't have experience with something, then we don't know what to do. But then at the same time, your spirit is just kind of going to be pushing, and you are going to feel a kind of bravery that you didn't kind of feel before. And once you kind of step into it, you will see, my gorgeous Virgolini, on the 21st of November, it's about us facing this situation that, you know, it's going to be required from you to do this. It's important, but you're making such an important breakthrough at the same time. You will know what I mean. This breakthrough at the same time that you're making, it's also marking your own like a kind of comeback on the 21st of November. So there is just so much that is going to start happening at this moment in time. You are going to become aware of some kind of unknown dangers, and this is going to be brilliant. So also by the end of the day, on the 21st of November, you are going to become aware of some kind of unknown dangers. Okay, so you're going to become fully aware of exactly what you need to become fully aware of this moment in time to actually abandon the certain part of your life. It's to do with this continuation, this continuance of effort, but then at the same time you are doing this because you are going to become awake to unknown dangers. So this is going to be the natural progress, the natural step, the natural path that you need to kind of step on indeed. So you will know that you are doing the right thing, and at that moment in time, It's like, oh my God. So 21st, 22nd, especially 22nd, 23rd and 24th of November, it's like, oh my Lord. It's all about the discontinuance of effort. It's to do with a certain part of your life that came to an end, something that you used to feel completely passionate about, but doesn't matter. The part of your spiritual journey, when it comes to that stage of your life, it came to an end. So you are finished with this. You see what I mean? So sometimes it's very difficult for people to understand, especially when we put so much like kind of like a power towards something, a personal power, our energy, and then suddenly, oh my God, this aspect of our life came to an end. Oh no, I want to try again. Well, sometimes you keep pushing, you keep pushing, but then at the same time, now this is not certain things just come to an end, and you can push and push as much as you can until you realize that there is nothing to push anymore. So this is why my saying here that this is going to lead towards the discontinuance of effort when it comes to the certain aspect of your life, which is going to become absolutely evident. But I like this so much because something is going to happen here within these few days. 21, 22, 23, 24 of November, 24th of November, something is going to happen. It's like, oh my God, this in itself, it's going to like almost like become like a extremely meaningful experience, because after that moment in time you will kind of like you will be part of a completely unplanned situation. Something is going to happen completely unplanned again. So whether you're going to be like kind of going to the shop to start with and then you just change your mind midway and you go somewhere else, it's going to be something along those lines that you're going to find yourself completely unexpectedly after that moment in time, and you are really going to be having a very kind of unusual and bizarre and strange experience when it comes to someone else in your life as well, or the person who you're going to be kind of facing. And that experience is also going to become like a extremely meaningful experience, like almost like an adventure, because you're going to be told something, you're going to be reminded of something, you know, and that what you're going to be told and what you're going to be reminded of, it's something that, you know, you had in your mind for such a long time, something that was keeping you going, and something that was a very strong part of your plan, where you want to be, where you want to get, what is the like the highest achievement of your life, almost like you kind of lost yourself midway. So this person is going to play such an important role because they're going to remind you of what your dream is, you know, and this is fine, this is brilliant. So this is fantastic, because that in itself you're going to find extremely meaningful, almost like an adventurous, which is going to lead towards, which is all about like a really unexpected situation where you are at the same time going to realize, like, you know what, I am approaching the end of such a long problem. You are going to have a remarkable conclusion through this as well, exactly what to do. And this is going to really refresh you and remind you of the power of cooperation and in this understanding in between people in life, but especially those people who really knows us really well, who really understands us, and who have got the power over us in such a wonderful way, where they know us sometimes better than we know ourselves. You know, it's like someone in your life I'm talking about who knows you so well, and it's like kind of remind you every now and then, didn't you forget about this, didn't you forget about that. So this is why this is an aspect that I'm trying to kind of highlight here. It's brilliant because at the same time, you know, that person, it's really gonna kind of refresh your mind, refresh your memory here when it comes to you feeling like incomplete in your life, but you're not doing nothing, you're not doing much about it. So it's about getting a hopeful outlook through someone who knows us really well. You are going to become aware of new possibilities, and you're also going to become aware of like the fact that, you know, there are some kind of new relationships that are going to start entering your life here, and this is all due to because of you kind of realize how much you've changed over the last 2 or 3 years, and you will realize that that person that I've been talking about here, it's going to kind of make it to face certain problems or some kind of negativities that you didn't even want to talk about, and now suddenly you're going to realize, oh my God, I'm thinking in a completely different way about these things, you know. How I used to think within the last maybe 2 or 3 years, do you know what I mean? So this is going to kind of make you aware of like that you change, because you will have a new approaches to old problems at the same time. So it's all going to lead towards a very kind of like interesting advice that you're also going to gain from that person. So, and very interesting advice how to kind of like really kind of start a new plan, and that new plan is like your wish that you had for a long time, and you're attempting attempted this within the last 17 months, but then again, it's just like it didn't work, or it wasn't the right time. There was so much kind of happening, so much going on, and you just decided, no, baby, no, I'll do this at some other time. So now this is like you kind of doing this again. You're starting this again, like basically like a new plan, but it's all about this hope and confidence that you are going to have. Before, you had uncertain efforts, but now you're just going to feel absolutely fine. Look at this, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to this new plan by the end of the month. So it's all gonna lead also towards you having a brand new plan, how you're gonna do something, or how you're gonna get to the very specific part of your life that it's not gonna be easy to achieve this, but it's all about like kind of this energy of just being ready for it. You're already halfway there. As soon as you slow yourself down, no baby, no, it's the worst. As soon as you kind of become negative, you slow yourself down. As soon as you start thinking about so many different aspects that could be kind of, oh, it's not perfect, this is not perfect, that. Nothing is ever perfect, And look at this. There is going to be an animal when it comes to that new plan at around the end of the actual November. There is, also going to be such a powerful sign that you're going to have. And I've spoke about it so many times that the animals have been playing a huge role when it comes to them being our messengers. They have been our messengers for like, oh my God, for as long as the humanity is there. Do you know what I mean? That there is a very strong connection with the animals anywhere that we actually have, let alone when it comes to the spirits and spirits using the actual animals to transfer the message to us. So you are going to have a message within the last 7 days of November when it comes to this new plan. You will know exactly what I mean, because that new plan is going to be on your mind. I know I say so much information and I go from one thing to another, but a lot is going to be happening, and it's a lot pointing towards one specific thing. My gorgeous Virgolini, you do need to carry on with an important plan. You've left some kind of plan like in the background. No baby, no. Now grab that bastard out and take it with you. You need to take this plan. It's something that it means to you so much, but you've just been keep on waiting for too long for a right moment in time. So the right moment in time is now, regardless what is happening, regardless what is going on. So it's to do with an aspect of your life that you wanted to live, that you wanted to be an integral part of your spiritual journey for such a long time, especially over the last 2 or 3 years. Things went toot all around the place. I'm not saying it was bad or negative, no baby, no, but I'm just saying that this particular aspect of your life you have to return to. And this animal that I'm seeing here, you are going to have your own messenger within the last 7 days, and you're going to see the animal that is going to sound different, or it's going to act different. Or maybe you can just see like a leg of an animal just walking by, but you will know, you will feel that this is your sign, this is your sign. And as soon as you see this animal, at the same time, don't be surprised, compassion, of course it happens. At the same time, when you see that animal, what you need to understand, that it's not only that animal, it's making you aware of this new plan. You should just go for it, please go for it. But also at the same time, when you see that animal, you are gonna be you're gonna come across the situation of someone who needs your help, and someone is gonna come through, someone is gonna reach forward, and there was a little bit of bickering in between you and that person, or something happening between you and that person, but that person, there's something not right with that person who you kind of fallen out with, or had a bickering with, or it's like some kind of very much so that person left a bit of a bitter taste in your mouth, a bit too much of a bitter taste in your mouth. Maybe you had a little bit of argument, but there is something not right with that person, okay? And you need to understand this, whether there is some kind of addiction going on there, or whether that person is going through something very, very difficult. You took something personal, and that person is going to come through forward after you see this animal, the spirit animal, and this is your sign. I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to need to be compassionate to someone. And that person is going to come forward and they will tell you something, oh, you're crazy or something like that. But don't be upset, don't be angry. This is a little bit of a challenge that you are going to have. And you kind of like also you do that, you respond positively to this, and you will sail through like there is no tomorrow when it comes to this new plan that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know, and at the same time you see this, an inspiration. Also, when you become aware of that animal, that spirit guide that is going to come through as an animal, you also need to understand that the moment in time you see this animal within the last 7 days of the week, you're also going to have an important inspiration. Something is almost immediately going to inspire you. You're going to be like, oh my God, I want to do it like that. I want to be like that. That's exactly, my gorgeous Virgolini, what you should do. Okay, so now, when it comes to the actual nutrition and when it comes to like health, my gorgeous Virgolini, I really have to recommend to you what I recommended last month, to get something like a natural vitamin D3, because it's going to boost your energy. It's going to be super beneficial for your sensitive bones that you're going to feel, and it's also going to be fantastic. It's also something what is super essential for all of us to take to boost the immune system as well. So it's a natural vitamin D3 what you should be taking, even if you're in the sun every day, it doesn't matter, alongside natural zinc picolinate. Okay, so these two vitamins you should be taking for energy, to boost your immune system, to make you feel so much better about yourself, and the combination of these two is absolutely brilliant. And also, what another thing that you should be taking would be organic chlorella, and I spoke to you about it before. Everybody should be taking this baby, because at the same time we are basically, it's going to give you an essential omega-3 fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's indeed essential. So it's fantastic for mind, for brain, for memory, and for overall health. But also it's fantastic, organic chlorella, when it comes to us detoxifying ourselves from all the metals in the sky, in the air, in the ground, in the soil. Oh my God, there are metals absolutely everywhere nowadays. So organic chlorella is going to help you to detoxify these metals as well. These are, of course, my my own brand vitamins, and they are of an exceptional quality. They're without any horrible, vile, unnecessary chemicals or ingredients. No, baby, no. That's exactly why I decided to have my own vitamins, because I wanted them to be as clear and as pure as possible, with high exceptional ingredients, and they're suitable for vegetarians, for vegans, for absolutely everyone. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And if you would like to buy my vitamins, then you can just check in the description below, and you will see the links to buy them. Or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you will see my page is going to come up that way, and you can buy my vitamins like that as well. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, the very first important date, it's going to be on the very 1st of November. Very 1st of November. On the very 1st of November, somebody is really going to be playing an important role here. Do you know what, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to the whole month of November, you will be able to see the importance of the actual people in your life, the importance of just passers-by, you know, because the way you're going to be inspired. Just remember the importance of passers-by, people who you don't know, people who come in and go, you know, the importance of people who are gorgeous and beautiful people in our lives, like family members and friends, and the importance of those people who are naughty bananas. You know, the importance of everything you're going to be able to understand, you're going to be able to realize. You will see exactly what I mean, especially by the 21st of November. But the very 1st of November, there is a very specific person here that is going to play a giant role when it comes to someone being a really excessive, like when it comes to them exaggerating. So that person who you're going to become aware of being like someone who is very excessive, someone who is exaggerating too much. So this particular person is exaggerating so much. And this in itself, this person is going to play an important role, not because they're exaggerating, But what they're exaggerating specifically about, it's gonna be brilliant for you, because it's going to open your eyes. You will know exactly where you are. You will be able to separate illusion from reality, and most importantly, you're gonna be able to have a resolution of a problem, a huge problem that was really slowing you down, and it was sucking your energies, was drying you out, you know, especially when it comes to like you feeling really lethargic because you didn't actually even know what to do over the last 3 months. So you're going to have a big resolution of that problem. It's to do with a conclusion that is almost immediately going to bring healing into your life, because it's to do with a satisfactory result, because this decision was something that needed to be made, okay? And it's also, you are going to be aware of an important compromise that you're going to be need to actually have after that moment in time. It's to do with an important conversation and compromise, and which is going to make you just a little bit nervous. But then by the time that happens, you know, you are actually, everything is going to turn out completely different, like how you actually thought that it's going to be. So you will know that you're going to need to talk to someone that you're going to be like, oh no baby, no, like a little bit paranoid maybe. But then again, you are going to realize something so specific out of that conversation. It's more about the inspiration that you're going to have, and so you must kind of avoid unfounded fear whatsoever, you know, when it comes to this in itself. It's important because it is going to kind of like a bit of time when you're going to be able to refocus your thoughts indeed. And also how you can refocus your thoughts is just through your own responsibility to understand that your creativity, now it's time for your creativity to kind of come out of you. Now it's time for you to be responsible, but at the same time, I mean, what do I mean by being responsible? By paying attention to why do you feel so extremely creative about on the 1st of November? What is making you feel creative? This is something that's your responsibility. This is something that you need to take on. This is something that you need to really understand, that you need to put as a number one, as what do you actually need to do. And even more so, a couple of days after that moment in time, you know, you are going to have a really important idea. Okay, after that couple of days, you know, within the next couple of days, you know, at around the 3rd and 4th of November, you are going to have a really important idea. And this idea that you're going to have will already prepare you. This is not only about the idea that is going to make you even more active and even more determined. This is how you will know what am I talking about. Because by the 3rd and 4th of November, you're going to have an idea that is going to make you feel so active and so determined. Like, oh my God. So you will know what this is. But this is not about you kind of focusing on the right idea. This is about you understanding that that idea is also that idea is actually going to prepare you, already is going to prepare you on what is going to happen on the 9th and the 10th of November. Because on the 9th and the 10th of November 2022, you are gonna have a bit of an unexpected situation when it comes to a bit of a tower. You know, something is gonna blow you away, an unexpected situation. It's gonna surprise you. It's really gonna just affect you just a little bit. It's gonna throw you out of balance. Oh my God. You're gonna also understand some really dodgy and strange people around it as well. Certain masks are going to fall, but most importantly, it's just going to scare you just a little bit. It's going to throw you out of balance. It's going to make you think, oh my God, what I'm going to do now? What I'm going to do now? Don't worry about it, baby. It's going to be absolutely fine. What you need to understand, this is a bit of a tower situation on the 9th and the 10th of November. You're already going to be prepared for this unexpected situation, and that idea that I said on the 3rd and 4th, it's already going to prepare you for this. It sounds crazy, but you will see exactly what I mean. The second important date, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's going to be on the 11th of November. Now the 11th of November, it's really important, of course, because on the 11th of November, first of all, you need to pay attention. This is a very special day we are talking about. 11/11. Yeah, baby, 11/11. So you need to understand this. Make the most of it. As soon as you wake up on the 11th of November, as soon as you wake up, you need to please write it down, put a little alarm on your phone, do whatever you like, my gorgeous. But as soon as you wake up on the 11th of November, you need to see, as soon as you open your eyes, what is on your mind. This is your guidance. This is what you need to do. This is what you have to do. As soon as you wake up on the 11th of November, something is going to be on your mind. This is what you need to do. This is what should take an importance. This is what should be priority. It's coming from somewhere else. It's coming from a completely different dimension. I told you many times, when we sleep, we have astral projections every night. We travel, we visit places, we visit different vibrations, we visit different energies, different dimensions, every single night we have astral projections, but we don't necessarily remember. But we also dream every single night, but we don't necessarily remember. What we remember is when we wake up in the morning, and sometimes we have something random, specific on our mind. Well, this is the baby I want you to pay attention to. This is something you need to do, okay? Because it's going to be a strong part of your internal guidance, and it's also at the same time, it's going to, in turn, by the end of the month, you're going to become aware of an important invitation or the actual opportunity that is literally going to be so attractive to you. It's going to be so appealing to you, and you're not going to be able to believe this. And this opportunity is also going to be such a strong sign that opportunity is going to help you to speed things up. That opportunity is going to help you to, that you're going to become aware of, it's going to help you to speed things up. And it's also going to be an absolutely perfect thing, such an important thing for you to do at this stage of your life when it comes to your development. Whether you're working, whether you are looking for work, whether you're retired, you will know exactly what I mean, because this is to do with the promotion of your life, but it's also to do with an outcome of past effort that is indeed playing an important role here. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to the 11th of November, it's like beautiful, like, oh my God, I don't even know how to explain this. This is so beautiful. And this is why I'm trying to explain. You're going to understand like the importance of the actual people in your life. Maybe you have been really busy. Maybe you felt a little bit disconnected. Maybe you know, a lot was going on, but this is going to help you to readjust yourself so much. And I know I said so many times about the wonderful people in your life, but people are important in our lives. We are all here on this earth for a very short period of time. After we die, we go somewhere else, and everything is connected, and the people in our lives are connected to us. We are connected to them on a very deep and emotional levels that can just bring healing vibration into our lives. And healing is an important part of our spiritual journey. There's so many elements that I can actually cover when I reflect on this. But the bottom line is that on the 11th of November, you are really, through the people who you can trust, on the 11th of November, through the actual people who you can trust, through the actual people who mean so much to you, through some kind of beautiful people, gorgeous people in your life, you are going to become aware of like a really, really bright prospects, okay? And you're also going to become, you're going to become aware of about a really bright prospects in your life, but it's also about the inspiration, which is going to give you so much hope and so much faith into your life. And through the people in your life, you're also going to understand that there is an element of your past that you need to bring in right now whatsoever, because it's to do with the mixing of the past and present. But then again, you're going to feel so optimistic when it comes to this, like there is no tomorrow. This is going to bring you so much pleasure and happiness just to think about it, let alone the fact that this is going to bring you control over your life again. Strength, determination, courage. You're going to feel so energetic to actually do this. You're going to be ready for action because of the amount of confidence that you are going to have, and you are going to feel that this is going to bring you such an amazing accomplishment, these bright prospects into your life. You're going to feel this, and you're not going to be able to understand this, but even more so, this is going to contribute towards you understanding to be sharp and quick. Now it's time. because this is to do with an expansion of your life, and at the same time you're educating your mind, at the same time you're educating your senses, and you know, of course that this is important. So you see, the 11th of November, it's going to be beautiful, because through the actual people in your life, you're going to become aware of some amazing bright prospects, and that's the bottom line here. Very important indeed. And let me just show you this. Where are these bright prospects going to take you, my gorgeous Virgolini? Just remember, 11th of November is a very special day. Just remember, very special day. And where these bright prospects are going to take, you see this again. You're gonna this is to do with the compassion, but then again, at the same time, you are gonna understand something like a new about yourself. You're going to understand something new about yourself, and at the same time, especially when it comes to your life purpose. Look at this. Oh my God. You're going to find out something new, something very special about yourself on the 11th of November, and this is to do with the life purpose. Like, oh my God, this is just going on the level number 3,577. Seriously, 3,577. This is the level you're going to end up here, because this is about the life purpose. This is going to be more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Okay, let me just tell you, your life purpose, your spiritual purpose. Listen to me, listen. Even if there's 100,000 people out there and they're all walking that way, okay, 100,000 people all walking that way, walk, you know, and you know that you have to walk on the opposite side by yourself. Just do it. You know you're special, you know you're beautiful, you know you're amazing. So if you feel the need to walk this way and 100,000 is walking that way, see you later, alligator. You know what I mean? Just do it. That's you responding to your life purpose, okay? By allowing yourself to be yourself. Okay, by not having the mentality of like, oh my God, everybody's doing this and that, I'm just going to do that. No, baby, no. Okay, and also when it comes to the actual 12th and the 13th of November, when it comes to the 12th and the 13th of November, it's like to do with the justice. You've been waiting maybe some kind of a court case to happen, or you've been waiting for some kind of decision to be made for you. Okay, some kind of official decision that was scaring you. So you are going to have a really good news. Okay, so it's to do with the justice. So whether this is a legal justice or you've been waiting for someone to decide something for you, okay, and the decision is going to be really good, and it's going to make you feel really happy, and it's going to put a big smile on your face. You're going to find this extremely rewarding, but you're also going to understand there's something very specific that you've actually learned out of that process, out of that progress. And most importantly, this is going to like kind of be your time when you're going to release yourself from some kind of a negative bondage, some energy that was holding you down, and you are literally starting to reach towards enlightenment. So don't be surprised how spiritual you're going to start feeling after this moment in time, and how much you will want to kind of invest, how much you will want to investigate, how suddenly you're going to feel like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to light my little candles, I want to get my little crystals, oh, suddenly I want to play with my plants. You know, suddenly you're going to be back to yourself, especially in terms of your own spirituality. You will see how much was actually something affecting you. So this is always a good sign anyway. And the third important date, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's going to be on the 26th of November. 26th of November, you are 26th of November, you are going to really kind of, oh God, you know, you're going to become aware of something is just like kind of going to disappoint you a little bit, because you're going to become aware of someone being a little bit dishonest, you know, and you're not going to like that. And that in itself, it's really going to show someone as someone with a bad intention, and someone being really insincere, and somebody doing a bit of like a double dealing. But the bottom line is, it's someone like who's taking an advantage of other people, and that in itself, it's really really going to kind of make you cautious about someone, and this is going to really cause a little bit of an emotional confusion. But you need that emotional confusion, because that emotional confusion, it's really gonna make you aware of like it's not about, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but it's not about like that person who is deceptive, that person who is dishonest. You know, the reason why you're going to feel an emotional confusion is just because that negative person who is dishonest, who is horrible, it's going to remind you of somebody else who is not in your life as such, but is like a partner or very close to somebody who is very, very close to you. And this is going to remind you of somebody who's very close to you, who is being surrounded by, no baby, no, somebody not really good. So there is no better way of saying this, but it's going to remind you of somebody who is doing something to someone in your life who you really love, like the best friend or a family member who you're going to become aware of, like there is this other person in their life, not good, doing something dishonest, and you will be able to kind of completely understand through this situation that person in the life of somebody who's so close to you, whether this is a family member, if this is a friend, you know, it's going to remind you completely of that other person. So your friend needs your help, or your family member, somebody's going to need your help here. Because this is why you're going to feel the emotional confusion, because it's like your question is going to be answered about someone else, something that you already knew, but now this is going to be confirmed because you're going to be able to recognize certain elements about that person. So someone in your life is like in a little bit of a danger, I'm sorry, like because they are reaching the point when they're misled by that particular person who is not good for them, and that particular person is taking advantage of them, whether it's to do with the finances, whether it's to do with something else. I really don't like this person, because that person is making that person who means to you so much to do like really crazy things, and you have got the power to do something about it somehow. Okay, so this is why you're going to feel an emotional confusion, because you will not know how to say this to your friend or to a family member, but it's important because it's in you will do something incredible when it comes to this, and this is going to bring harmony into your life and into that person who mean to you so much, into their life as well. It's going to bring so much peace and tranquility. So this is something that you're actually going to need to do. You will know which friend or which family member needs your help, because if they carry on like going like this, if they carry on doing what they are doing, they're going to destroy themselves forever, because they're going to find themselves in like a really, really big and dark hole that is going to be almost impossible to actually come out of. So now there is still plenty of time. I'm sorry that I'm being a bit of a dark lala again, but as I said, you know what I mean, this is exactly what I see here. So it is indeed a very, very important. And also when it comes to the 26th of the actual November, you know, by the end of the day, you just need to pay attention to what is going to be on your mind right before you go to sleep. What is going to be on your mind, it's like you're going to suddenly feel how you want to make one of the biggest changes of your life. And this one of the biggest changes that you're going to feel like you want to make, it's really going to reflect on your home, on your immediate environment. But this is big. This change is needed because it's going to reflect on your own spirituality, but it's also going to reflect on your own happiness. And you know, somebody's going to be on your mind like persistently, who's going to be kind of keep on inspiring you to actually do this, almost as if like you're going to kind of borrow confidence from someone else. I shouldn't use the word borrowed, but almost it's like you're going to borrow confidence from someone else, because someone is going to be on your mind who inspired you to do this, and you have found yourself within this inspiration. But this is a lot to do with your immediate environment and the massive, huge, enormous change you actually want to make. Okay, so now my gorgeous Virgolini, what am I going to do? I'm going to take it like this. Okay, let's do it like that. The first part of November, the mid part of November, and the third last part of November. So the first part of November, just quickly what to pay attention to, my gorgeous Virgolini. The first part of November, Oracle card is saying, computer says no. No, I'm joking. So the first part of November, the Oracle card is saying surprise friendship. Look at this. I'm talking to you about the importance of people in your life. when it comes to our spiritual journey. Okay, so you see, friendship. So the first part of November, it's like a lot gonna be about connecting and reconnecting with the real people in your life. This is important when it comes to this stage, because each single one of them, every single one of them, is going to have a special purpose when it comes to you being reminded of something. And few different people that are so close to you are going to be reminding you of the same thing, that why didn't you do this, and this is something that you should do. Okay, the mid part of November, it's like, oh my God, it's about your own empowerment. You're gonna have a fantastic and excellent news about your career or things that you've been working on. If you're retired, it doesn't matter. It's an excellent news about things that you've been working on, and this is gonna make you feel so good about yourself, because it is indeed about your own empowerment. What is going to empower you? It's also gonna be directly responsible for such an important steps that you're going to make. And the last part of November, animals. You see this, the last part of November, I'm not surprised at all, because this is just a reminder that you are going to have a very, very interesting sign and a message from your spirit guide, which is going to come through an animal, and it's going to bring you confidence at the time when you need it the most, because you will also be facing some kind of dilemma, you know, whether I should do this or not, or do this or not, and this is going to bring you confidence indeed. So it's going to answer a massive question to you. And another thing that I was going to recommend, my gorgeous Virgolini, would be this gorgeous red jasper. Absolutely beautiful. And jasper is fantastic when it comes to changes in our lives, when it comes to us being really active around those things that require from us to be active, but also that requires from us to be as confident as possible. There are so many elements that you will be going through in November and December and even January 2023. There is so much that is going to be happening after this moment in time. There are lots of challenges that you're going to be facing, but mainly in terms of you feeling confident, and also like kind of you feeling that you need to make the necessary step, but because there are going to be lots of elements of the unknown, it can kind of temper with your own energy and vibration, so it can slow you down. I recommend you highly, my gorgeous Virgolini, to wear something like a red jasper, because it's going to pick you up nicely, it's going to protect you gently, but it's also most importantly going to guide you on the way, you know, what to kind of like give your precious energy to in terms of like, you know, achievements and doing the right things in life, especially when it comes to our life purpose and our spiritual journey. Red jasper helps you to reconnect yourself with yourself, and in return it really kind of pushes you naturally, without thinking too much or without over analyzing, when it comes to like making the necessary steps. This gorgeous red jasper, my gorgeous Virgolini, comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen with those of you in relationships. So for those of you in relationship, oh my lord, you need to your partner, no, how do I say this? For those of you in relationship, you need to kind of like do something with your partner and make sure what they're doing wrong. Like, maybe it's to do something with their diet. There is some kind of negativity going on there. So maybe it's to do something with their diet, or maybe you're gonna feel like they need to go and check themselves up or something. I know this sounds like, oh my god, but like check something out, you know. You're gonna feel you need to kind of see where this blockage of energy is coming, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to your partner. They need to either change their diet, or they need to maybe drink more water, or they need to kind of like really pay attention to maybe some kind of like addictions are going on, but you really need to kind of like start doing something about it. So this is going to be on your mind, but also at the same time the solution, it's also going to be on your mind. So please try to kind of like see how you can help your partner. So it needs to be like a little bit of a lifestyle change that I'm talking about, and also at the same time like it's maybe to do with the certain addictions that they need to cut out like as soon as they possibly can, soon as your partner possibly can do this, you know. And also, if the body of your partner is saying that something may be wrong, like, oh my god, my leg is hurting or something, you know, then go and check it out, you know. So it's like, because the body is going to be communicating a lot when it comes to your partner. So this is something that you need to kind of like really check out, for example. So this is what I wanted to say. And on another note, for those of you who are in relationship, this is also going to be a absolutely remarkable month, because you are going to realize that now big time is coming up. So you will see that by the end of November, you're going to need to make a really, really big change, both of you as a couple. And this change is going to be consisting about the direction that you're going to be facing, both of you. And it's something that you wanted to do for a long time. So now is the decision time. You're going to like it. Okay? And those of you are single and ready to stranger in the night, Virgolini in the morning, behave Virgolini, I'm only joking. Those of you who are single and ready to mingy, it's like God, couple of things again. So the first part of November, it's going to be like you already kind of had somebody on your mind, or you fancied someone, or you're going to fancy someone, but it's all going to be a bit of like nothing too serious. But I think that you're going to see someone and you're going to feel very strong, ooh la la, very strong vibration in between you two, and that person is going to be on your mind for a while, but then something is going to happen. You're going to realize, no baby, no, but it's nothing serious, so it doesn't really matter. So this thing, you know, this person, not a thing, this person, you know, you will see something and then you're going to realize, no, that person is not for me. Doesn't matter. What am I really excited about is the last part of November. Okay, so the last part, so from the mid-November onwards, my gorgeous Virgolini, there is someone very interesting about to enter your life. And I like this person purely because you're gonna feel something so strong about this person, something so powerful about this person, something so unique about this person, something so remarkable about this person, something like along those lines, that they're like a very mature and courageous. Mature doesn't have to mean, or doesn't have to be to do with necessarily with the age, but sometimes the people are having very kind of old spirits within, and they just go through life, they sail through, they make the right decision, and they inspire everyone. There are some amazing people out there, you know. So it is just like kind of the decisions that person kind of is making, something very dominant but powerful but unique but beautiful. It's like, oh my god. And so I think that person indeed is about to enter your life from the mid-November onwards. Something is going to be different when it comes to that person, and it's almost like, oh my god, you wouldn't normally fancy these people, like, and if you, when you see this person, when you come across this person, you're kind of not gonna fancy this person or like this person almost immediately, but you are gonna be kind of going somewhere. You're gonna be doing something where you are kind of like keep on like crossing the path with that person. If that helps you, how that person is going to come across, so you're going to be going somewhere where you're going to cross the path with this person, you see. And each time you go there, each time you cross this person's path, it's going to be, hello, my darling. Each time you talk, each time you like kind of see this person again, you're going to see something else. And those are the most special beings and the most special people in our lives, you know. It's not just a blank canvas, do you know what I mean? There is so much more to this person. And you're gonna kind of start fancy this person like there is no tomorrow. It's to do with their personality. They're gonna be good looking indeed, very attractive, but it's only gonna come after a certain amount of time. And even if you don't become aware of who this person is in November, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be in December, January, but by the end of November, you will see by the end of November, you're gonna be facing a new stage in your life, where you're going to know that this is something that you're going to do, that this is something that you're going to be showing up, this is something that you're going to be going to, and that is going to be a sign, that new unfoldment in your life, it's going to be a sign that this is where this gorgeous baby is going to come through indeed, and it's not going to be that long whatsoever. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Virgolini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.